Welcome to Loup TV. I'm Gene Munster, joined by Doug Clinton. The topic today is 5G, a juicy topic that we have been orbiting around for several years. And we wanted to talk about expectations and the impact of 5G. There's a lot there. And Doug, I'm going to start with the high level. When you think about 5G, someone asks you, what do you think about 5G? What's your response?
Two things. One is faster speeds, to probably state the obvious, but two is cautious optimism. I think if we rewind the clock and we remember back to the 4G rollout, it takes time for these new generations of wireless internet to be rolled out by the carriers. And there's often some marketing that happens before the speed changes really make a difference in your day-to-day. So it's exciting to think about what 5G can bring, but I think it will take maybe a little bit longer than some of the marketing might suggest that we're seeing from the carriers.
So sometimes we have a word of the day, sometimes a phrase of the day. The phrase of today is the layered cake, and we'll go through the three layers of the 5G cake. As a starting point, 4G is predominant today. Sometimes it's been rebranded as 5GE by AT&T. That is essentially 4G. So let's think of that as a baseline. And just to put some numbers around this, the average download speed in the US is about 35 megabytes down. Now, the first layer of that cake, the layered 5G cake, is low band 5G. And when we hear advertisements from the carriers about nationwide 5G coverage, they're referring to low band 5G. Now, this is marginally faster than that 4G. That typically is about 50 megabytes down. So a step up from 35 to 50. And then that's going to probably be largely rolled out sometime by next year. The second layer of the cake is mid-band 5G, and this is something that will be around 250 megabytes down on average, likely rolled out by the end of 2022. And I'll just quick finish up here, then I'm going to jump back to you, Doug. And then the top of the cake with the frosting on it is the high band 5G, and that has average download speeds of 650 up to a gigabyte down, but we'll call it 650, which is a step up from that mid-tier. So when you think about the three layers, and that, by the way, the frosting on the cake is 2025, and then 2022 again is likely, we feel, 75% adoption in the US by the end of in a couple of years, and then we talk about the low band today. When you think about those three layers to the cake, how should consumers, should we be getting excited about 5G today?
It's maybe a little bit premature. I mean, I think when you think of the layered cake, that middle piece of the cake is when I think people will notice real difference in their day-to-day usage of their phone. I think when we think about that first layer, the E layer, where it's only a 50 megabit download speed, that's not going to give you a transformative experience on your device. It might be modestly better. But I think it's that middle layer where people will start to say, wow, this is a transformative experience. This is different. And I think what's really exciting about that to me is it will open the ability for app developers to start creating new products that leverage the cloud more aggressively. There may be some artificially intelligent products that we might be able to do that are delivered over high-speed internet. And then obviously the frosting, I think, will make that even better. But to me, it's that middle layer where people will start to see the difference. And I think to start getting excited about that, maybe we're a year or so away from that, in my opinion.
Now, surprisingly, that low band, this marketing from the carriers it appears to be working. I read a study from Declutter today, 1,700 people in the US, and more than 50%, I think it was 53%, said that they will get a 5G phone in the next year. The part that's funny about it is people actually don't even know that they don't have a 5G phone today, or some think they have a 6G phone. There's just so much noise around the topic. I think at the end of the day, what ultimately is going to power, if we think about mobile phone upgrades over the next year, is just, are people's phones old and are they ready for an upgrade? And we have cautioned Apple investors that don't expect a big lift over this next year. It will be a fine year for the iPhone, 2021, calendar 2021. But the real excitement starts, to your point, Doug, around that middle tier, 2022 to 2024. This is going to be a 3-year iPhone upgrade cycle, pretty powerful. Let's jump to the top layer and end there. When you think about that top layer, that transformative, how is that going to change our lives? Lots of excitement around that from tech people. What can you describe what that top layer is going to do?
I would frame it maybe in a single word, which is instantaneous. And that might be a little bit, think about the carriers and their aggressive marketing. Maybe that's an aggressive way to think about it. But I think we're talking about 20x faster download speeds roughly when we get to that top layer of the cake. And I think the experiences people will have on their phone will feel much more instantaneous. And so what that means to me is ultra high res video will be much more attainable when we're out on the go and watching mobile. I think downloads of applications, downloads of media files, all of these things will happen in fractions of the time it takes right now. And again, I think what's so compelling is opening up that type of speed to developers who are ultra creative. They'll think of ways to use that type of sort of instantaneous connection in ways that we can't dream of right now. And that to me is what's really exciting.
And I'll see you on the instantaneous and raise you on that. The ability to take the computing from your phone, the processing from your phone to the cloud, that creates whole new opportunities around AI. Imagine all the strength of a data center being able to power AI, and you get the results in real time, instantaneously on your phone. Think about smart devices, think about autonomous vehicles, augmented reality, the ability to wear glasses. Facebook and Apple, they say they're coming. Facebook says it's coming. Apple hasn't taken that step that they've announced it. But you think about AR and the impact that actually happens in 2025. I'm going to speak for you, Doug, and the rest of the team at Loup. We're really excited about 5G. We'd caution optimism in the near term of the next year to 2 years, but this ultimately is going to deliver the next transformative consumer and business transformation. So thank you for joining.
Gene, I'm not as excited about AR glasses. That's a teaser for a future topic because I know there's some dissent on that one. So more to come from us on the AR front.
Can't wait. And for Doug, Gene Munster, for Loup TV, bye for now.